Welcome to episode number 8. Make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. That is a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson and is a transition into the topic that we're going to have this week, being improvement. The philosophy really is being a little bit better today than we were yesterday and being a bit better tomorrow than we were today. Now, that thought can be overwhelming, it can be daunting, but in reality, it's not as bad as you might think. And the reasoning behind that is because we're not improving every aspect of our lives every single day. Instead, we're choosing one or two topics or areas that we want to improve upon and working on those. Once we've seen improvement in those areas, we might switch our focus to other areas. When we have time to detach or we have time to step away, we can see the general improvement we've had in our life. So today I want to focus on not necessarily how to go about improving your life, but how to go through steps to set goals that will help you through your self-improvement. First, we need to find and identify areas that we want to improve upon. Luckily for me, I have a lot of areas that need improvement, and so I can be a little bit more picky. But what I would recommend is identifying areas that you find interesting, that are intriguing, or that you want to do, and start with those. So with that, why don't we jump in and find out how we go about setting up our steps for success. Once I have a selected topic of what I want to improve upon, I now need to set goals. The first step in setting a goal is to be realistic. If I say that I want to save $50,000 this year, but my annual income isn't $50,000, that might not be realistic. Let's say I realistically look at my income and say I can save $1,200 a year. The next step is to be specific in how I'm going to achieve that result. For example, I could say I'm going to save $100 per month. Once you have a specific plan in place, it's important to dedicate time to check in on how you're doing compared to your plan. The last step happens as we check in, and that is to adjust if needed. Let's take our example of saving $1,200 a year. We may identify a month where we have an unexpected increase in our expenses. Using this check-in time, we could adjust how much we save the following month, or, if need be, adjust our yearly target of savings. The last thing that I'll say is that once we have identified areas to improve upon and we've gone through the steps of setting goals for ourselves, is that we should try to avoid comparing ourselves to others. And I know that that is a very challenging thing to do and that it is easier said than done. But as we begin on this trail of continuous improvement, we need to remember that everybody is a little bit different. We may be just starting out on the path. Others may have been on the trail or the path for an extended period of time. They may have built up some resources and tools and skills along the way that we haven't yet. This is a hike against ourselves, and it's worth it. Now, I say that it's a trail and not a road because generally roads are smooth. They may include a fast lane. They are straight for extended periods of time, but our journey of continuous improvement is not going to be that. We're going to encounter obstacles, switchbacks, delays, and the climb will at times feel daunting and maybe like it's not worth it. as you work towards summiting your improvement in any given area, when you get towards the top, you'll look back, you're going to see that it indeed was worth it, and that you might not even recognize the person that started out on that trail. So while it may appear to be an uphill battle, I would say discipline in sticking to the trail is going to be critical for your success. And know going into it that there are no shortcuts to becoming better and that there is no easy path. Thanks for paying attention and listening in this week, and we will see you next week.